Morning, gang. Spoontar checking in. And I've just been doing a little something I thought I'd share with you guys. I've been doing a little research, and so I thought I'd bring back the stuff that I found to you guys, and maybe this benefits some of you. I'm looking into doing some cellaring, and so I'm looking at buying in bulk. You see, this morning I am smoking a King Heron pipe that I saved for my Frogmorton. However, I am not smoking the Frogmorton in it. I am smoking. You may have seen in our 5-0 yesterday. I got this 4 ounces of this stuff. This is McClelland's 5110 Dark English, and I got 4 ounces of it. And I picked that up because I found, just doing a little Google search of what kind of bulk tobacco is comparable to Frogmorton's, and that came up multiple times. So I figured I would give it a try. And I think listening to a lot of you guys in your reviews on tobacco and stuff, I think I may not have as discerning of a palate as some of you guys. A lot of the stuff to me tastes very similar. I probably don't get the background flavor and the note of this and whatever, and you know, I can tell a little bit of difference between this and that, and I know what I like, and I know that I like Frogmorton, and the reason I'm using this as an example is because I know that Frogmorton's pretty popular with most of you, and so far this is not my second bowl. So far, it's pretty damn close. In fact, some of you may try it, and you may conclude otherwise. But for me, I'd say it's close enough that I'm just going to buy this stuff. It's pretty damn good. So that's the first thing I wanted to get into is finding a possible substitution, or what can you buy in bulk that maybe like Frogmorton's you just can't buy in bulk. You got to buy these expensive little tins. If you can find something that's a suitable substitute that you can buy in bulk, I don't think that it's any secret or going to come as any surprise to any of you that buying in bulk is obviously going to be much cheaper. And what I have done is I did a little bit of research, and I broke down the numbers for you guys, so that for those that maybe newer guys that maybe don't realize, or the price difference, this might be some good info for you. And for those of you that obviously buying in bulk is the better way to go, I actually have some hard numbers that if you haven't sat down and done the math, this may be a little bit revealing to you. So here's what I got. I called the local brick and mortar. And this isn't just one store. I called a couple of stores in a couple of different cities, and I found that this is pretty much across the board. Generally, a 50-gram tin of Frogmorton I got here is $12.83, and a 100-gram tin is $21.97. So whatever your store is, it's probably going to be close to that, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And this is in no way a commercial for pipes and cigars, But I'm just going to use that as an online reference because I know that a lot of you guys, like myself, order from them and that their prices are pretty damn good. So, for a 100-gram tin of Throgmorton from Pipes and Cigars, it's $14.70 instead of $21.97 at the brick and mortar, and the 50-gram tin is $9.68 instead of $12.83 at the brick and mortar. Now, I have broken this down to the price per ounce. I'm going to let you take a look here. So we got from Pipes and Cigars, 50 gram, here's the price, $4.93 an ounce. 100 gram is $4.17 an ounce, okay? From the brick and mortar, 50 gram tin, $7.29 an ounce. The 100 gram tin is $6.21 an ounce. So if you just go to your store and you buy a 50 gram tin of Throgmorton, you are paying $7.29 an ounce. That's about as expensive as it gets in my little project here. Now, this stuff, this 5110, most of you probably realize when you buy in bulk from Pipes and Cigars, the first 3 ounces, I mean, I'm looking at right here, this 5110, for 1 to 3 ounces, it's $4.94 per ounce. And then to go from there, your next step up is 4 to 7 ounces. You're dropping $1.90 an ounce. So for 4 ounces, it's $12.16. If you buy 3 ounces, you're paying $14.82. You're paying $2.60 or 56 cents, $2.56 more if you buy 3 ounces than if you buy 4 ounces. So it doesn't make sense to buy any less than 4 ounces at a time if you're buying in bulk. And then from there, you do get a bit of a price break if you buy 8 ounces, 16 ounces, and all the way up to 5 pounds. But the price drop isn't nearly as much as it is from that first 3 ounces to the 4 ounces. So, I mean, you look at here, 304, 284, 272, and then 251. If you're buying 5 pounds, you know, you're saving 50 cents an ounce there. But, I mean, right here, you're dropping $1.90 an ounce to go from 3 ounces to 4 ounces. So what I'm doing is I'm trying a few different blends, a few different things that I might like, and I'm doing it 4 ounces at a time because it's just such a huge price drop in that first increment from the 3 ounces to the 4 ounces. And then from there, I mean, if you want to buy 5 pounds, you know, you find something you really like, like at $2.51, 5 pounds of this stuff is going to be $200. Which 5 pounds will last you a little while, but not a lot of us have $200 that we can just drop down and lay that out on tobacco. But if you know, extrapolate that with figuring at 50 gram tins at $12.83 at your brick and mortar, you know, you're not going to get very much Throgmorton for $200. But I mean, we're talking numbers of 200. Like I said, most of us in one order. Most of us. Some guys out there might do that, but most of us ain't gonna drop $200 for 5 pounds of this McClellan 5110. But you know, for me, like maybe a pound at a time. 1 pound is $43.52. I can probably swing that. Even a half a pound, $22.78 or $22.72. You know, looking at this for 8 ounces, $2.84 an ounce. You're looking at $22.72. That's for a half a stinking pound of this stuff here, this 5110. That's pretty similar to Throgmorton, as opposed to, you know, if I'm buying a half a pound, that's what I can maybe get a 100 gram tin at the brick and mortar for just about the same price. And what's 100 grams is 3.76 ounces as opposed to 8 ounces. So, I mean, I don't know if this video is maybe a little confusing, or to me it makes sense in my head. I mean, you're looking at for the $2.51 an ounce for a 5-pound bulk order, or $7.29 an ounce for a little 50-gram tin. Now, you don't need to buy 5 pounds, like I said, but even just a pound or a half a pound or even 4 ounces, $3.04 as opposed to $7.29. I mean, that to me just only makes sense. I mean, you might have to pay shipping with pipes and cigars unless you're ordering $100 or more, and I tend to do that. I'll just, I keep a list of things that I want to get or things I want to try, and I just hold on to that list until I come up with $100. And either when I have a full list or I have and I have money to match it. Sometimes, I don't have $100. I can just drop ordering online, and I know a lot of you guys are in the same boat. So, I might have to wait a week or two before I got $100 that I can just spend online at the tobacco store. But you get the free shipping, and I'm gonna do that for $12.16 for a big old 4-ounce bag of this stuff. Which, I mean, it's not Frog Morton's, but it's pretty damn close. You guys should try it. This McClelland's 5110 Dark English is what it's called. Give it a try. I mean, who knows? You might find something that this Frog Morton stuff. It just gets damn expensive buying all these tins. So there's lots of reasons to buy in bulk. There's lots of reasons to cellar. Some people talk about wanting to let it sit for 5-10 years and let stuff age, and that's great. Some people want to buy now before the prices get jacked up on taxes or whatever, and that's great. But I mean, shoot, just buying in bulk saves you a ton of money. So I hope this wasn't too confusing. I just, I was crunching the numbers and figured I'd share it with you guys. Maybe you might get something out of it. So that's it for me. Like I said, I hope I didn't ramble on too much and get too confusing. So, all right, that's it for me. Y'all have a good one.